everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm really glad you're here. Hey, before we get started, I just wanted to go over a couple of housekeeping things, and I just wanted to ask you guys to please subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out a lot, and all you have to do is just go in the down bar below this video and you'll see a red button and it says subscribe. And if you're signed into a Gmail, like an email account with Google, anywhere on your computer, you can hit subscribe and you're automatically a subscriber. It's free, it doesn't cost you anything, but it helps me out a lot. So please subscribe, that would be awesome. Okay, let's get into the main part of the video. In all of our videos so far, we've really covered the ins and outs of how God speaks to us personally in our hearts and in our thoughts, and how He also speaks to us continually through His written word, through the Bible. But God, He is so creative, and He speaks to us in so many other ways than in just those two ways we've already covered. So today, we're going to cover how God speaks to us in our dreams. Just how God speaks to us in the middle of our everyday thoughts and feelings, our hearts and minds, God also speaks to us in our thoughts in the middle of the night, in our dreams. Think about it like this. Have you ever had a project going on at work and it's a little bit stressful and you're thinking about it all the time? And it's like you can't get away from it because even at night when you go to sleep, you're dreaming about that project. Or maybe you like this guy or girl at school and you are thinking about them all the time. You're on their Instagram, their Twitter, you're seeing them at the basketball games, you see them in the hallway between classes, and you can't get away from them either. Not that you want to, but when you go to sleep at night, what are you doing? You're dreaming about them. Well, we know God's going to speak to us in the middle of our daytime thoughts, but He's also going to speak to us in the middle of our nighttime thoughts. In fact, sometimes it's even easier for God to speak to us in the middle of the night in our dreams because we're so relaxed and we're not distracted by anything. God is speaking to people in their dreams in the Old Testament and in the New Testament, and to unbelievers and to believers. God spoke to Solomon, Jacob, Joseph in the New Testament, Nebuchadnezzar, Pharaoh. Notice how not all those people were serving the Lord, but God was using any method He could to get a hold of people and be a part of their lives. In the Old Testament, in the book of Genesis, we see a man named Jacob, and his story is told there. And Jacob, he is going into the next season of his life. So Jacob is traveling to go work for his uncle Laban, and he decides to stay the night in a town called Bethel. He sets up his campground, he goes to sleep, and God begins to speak to him in a dream. Jacob, he sees a ladder, and it goes from the earth all the way up to heaven, and he sees the angels of God going up and down the ladder. Let's pick up the story in Genesis 28 and see what else happens. At the top of the stairway stood the Lord, and He said to Jacob, "I am the Lord, the God of your grandfather Abraham and the God of your father Isaac. The ground you are lying on belongs to you. I am giving it to you and your descendants. Your descendants will be as numerous as the dust of the earth. They will spread out in all directions, to the west and the east, to the north and to the south. And all the families of the earth will be blessed through you and your descendants. What's more, I am with you, and I will protect you wherever you go. One day I will bring you back to this land. I will not leave you until I have finished giving you everything I have promised to you." Then Jacob awoke from his sleep and said, "Surely the Lord is in this place, and I wasn't even aware of it." God was speaking to Jacob in that dream to do several things. He was affirming Jacob. He was encouraging Jacob. He was reminding him that he was not finished with Jacob, that He would bring Jacob's life full circle in accordance with God's plans for Jacob's life. Jacob needed to be reminded that the gifts and callings of God are irrevocable. Here's what you need to know about Jacob before he had this dream. Right before Jacob has this dream, Jacob has just messed up royally. He has tricked his brother, he swindled his brother out of his inheritance, he worked with his own mother to deceive his father, and he wounded his brother Esau so badly that Esau was literally planning out how he was going to kill Jacob. Jacob is actually on this journey not just to go work for his uncle Laban, but to flee for his life because his brother is so filled with hatred and hurt towards Jacob. Now I want you to think about your own life. Have you ever felt so guilty for doing something wrong or for messing up that you felt like there was like this wedge and that God probably wouldn't want to talk to you anymore, so you just stopped listening for His voice? First off, that's a lie and a trap of the enemy, but second off, God is not finished speaking to you. And if anything is keeping you from listening to God in the daytime, if it's guilt or stress or busyness or just not being interested or caring, whatever it is that's trying to keep you from listening to God in the middle of the day, God is so awesome and so powerful and so unstoppable that He's going to speak to you in the middle of the night. He is going to speak to you in your dreams. Now, we've talked about the literal side of dreams today that God sends us. But next week, in our next video, we're going to talk about the more symbolic dreams that God gives us and what it takes to dig a little deeper and find out what God is saying to us in that kind of dream as well. Okay, thank you all for watching so much. If this video has helped you out, be sure to give it a big thumbs up below. Also, I wanted to give a shout out to one of you guys, but one of you said you were using my video to kind of quick start your quiet time with God, which is so cool. I want that to be something that people can use these videos for. As I make a video and I post it on Thursday or Saturday, feel free to watch the video and then use that as like a launching point for you to go into some time with God. If you call it your devotional time or your Bible study time or whatever it is, I would love it if you guys use these videos to help you go deeper and build more of a relationship with God. That's like a home run for me. So thank you guys for watching and supporting me and encouraging me. It does help me to keep going. I really enjoy like planning out my videos and the outfit I'm gonna wear and my lipstick color and like then filming it and then editing it. This is so much fun. I love having my YouTube channel and I really appreciate you guys for supporting it. So yeah, you guys rock. I will see you next week on Thursday and have a great rest of your weekend and into next week. See you then. Bye. Just like, she had heard something from God, she thought, and then it turned out it wasn't Him. And she was like, man, what if I hear Him wrong the next time? I'm almost afraid to ask God a question because I'm afraid I'm gonna